I am continuing in my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a little bit as I move along. We've been reading about a lot of turmoil in the northern kingdom. See, Asa is still king in the southern kingdom. He was king for 42 years. During his reign, there were like 6 different kings in Israel, because Jeroboam was still king. The first king of Israel was still king. His son Nadab ruled and is killed by Baasha, who takes over. Baasha dies in the 25th year of Asa, and his son Elah becomes king. But Elah is assassinated by Zimri, who attempts to take over the kingdom. But Zimri is killed after only a week by Omri, the captain of the host. We then have a period of civil war, but Omri eventually secures the kingdom to himself and reigns for 12 years. Now, he became king in the 31st year of Asa. So after 12 years, that puts us in the last year of Asa, like the 41st or 42nd year of Asa is when his son Ahab becomes king. So we had Jeroboam, Nadab, Baasha, Elah, Zimri, Omri, and Ahab. All of them are kings during the reign of Asa. So now we will read about the very beginning of old Ahab, and then we will return to Asa. But let us read this first. This is, again, 1 Kings chapter 16. We are now reading verses 29 through 34. And in the 38th year of Asa, king of Judah, began Ahab the son of Omri to reign over Israel. And Ahab the son of Omri reigned over Israel and Samaria 22 years. And Ahab the son of Omri did evil in the sight of the Lord above all that were before him. Okay, well now I have to correct myself, because it says here he began to reign in the 38th year. But if Omri reigned for 12 years and he started reigning in the 31st year, then that doesn't work out. That's only 8 years. So the 12 years of Omri is counting the 4 years of civil war. Omri announces himself king. He has to fight a civil war for 4 years against Tibni, who claims also to be king. But so that's where our timeline is. The 12 years of Omri include 4 years of civil war at the beginning, and then it ends in the 38th year of Asa. So I just wanted to clarify that one because I had just talked about it and I was wrong. So anyways, verse 31. And it came to pass, as if it had been a light thing for him to walk in the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, that he took to wife Jezebel, the daughter of Ethbaal, king of the Zidonians, and went and served Baal and worshipped him. And he reared up an altar for Baal in the house of Baal, which he had built in Samaria. And Ahab made a grove, and Ahab did more to provoke the Lord God of Israel to anger than all the kings of Israel that were before him. So why is Baal worship worse than the 2 golden calves? Well, the golden calves were made up. They were just, Jeroboam built some statues and told everybody, hey, let's worship these. I mean, it was definitely worse than anything that happened in Judah. But Baal is a long-time antagonist to Israel. The worship of Baal has been specifically called out by God in the past, and his worship is vile. Jeroboam set up feasts and sacrifices. He imitated the true worship of God, just orienting it to these 2 golden calves. The worship of Baal was not just sacrifices; it was holy prostitution. Pretty sure they had human sacrifices to Baal. These things were worse than what Jeroboam was bad, but Baal worship is a whole lot worse. So, last verse says, in his days did Hiel the Bethelite build Jericho. He laid the foundation thereof in Abiram, his firstborn, and set up the gates thereof in his youngest son Segub, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by Joshua the son of Nun. Now this is an interesting one. Rebuilding Jericho, but we've had mention of Jericho during the reign of David. But it seems that nobody was living there, or it was a small village. They didn't rebuild the city itself. This is where we first get them rebuilding the city. And Jericho would have been now in the northern kingdom. But pause for a minute. I want to look at these two footnotes here. Here's the prophecy of Joshua. He said, Joshua chapter 6, verse 26, And Joshua adjured them at that time, saying, Cursed be the man before the Lord, that riseth up and buildeth this city Jericho. He shall lay the foundation thereof in his firstborn, and in his youngest son shall he set up the gates of it. Which is what it says here, although what I'm not sure is what this means. It's an interesting prophecy. I'll have to look into it. So, now that we have the birth of Ahab, we will finish out the life of King Asa, and I'll see you then.